last one. The final salmon-nutella. Wouldn't it be funny if this was the raw chicken that finally gave me the deadly boogeyman, the salmon-nutella. If I don't post any videos after this, you better believe it was the salmon-nutella or the money masters. Man, raw chicken, although raw chicken, not the best food. Still, almost 500 days in a row, every single day. It just doesn't get boring. You can always have a taste for a little raw chicken. Man, in the last few days I have kinda concluded my conclusions about the experiment in multiple different perspectives. But today we're gonna talk about the best one. The biggest one for me, Mr. Base Science. Because I have done it all for me. And obviously share it for anybody else interested in it. Apparently, not many people like raw chicken experiment. Not many people like base science. Not many people like base knowledge. But that's alright. They will get what's coming for them. But for me, this experiment has been tremendous success. I have lived long enough to notice a pattern about life. It goes like a wave, and you kinda have to ride it out. There's some highs, there's some lows, there's some downtime, there's some busy time. Different flavors for different days, different months, different years. And when I started the raw chicken experiment almost 500 days ago, I had just entered probably the biggest low of my life. And I had come from the biggest high of my life. So the transition to the low felt pretty bad for me. And I knew I had to do something. I had to change. I had to change my actions. And that's where the idea of base science, base knowledge, raw chicken experiment came from. And during those days when it all started, I was feeling pretty empty, pretty nihilistic. But you also have to understand that it was not only psychological, it was also a lot of my physical well-being, my physical health had been slowly over time going on a downhill slope. But when I was psychologically or spiritually, however you want to call it, when I was still on the high time of my life, I didn't really pay a close attention to the health side of things, how my physiology was being harmed by the actions I took, by my environment. And that had been going on for some time. The signs were there. The whispers from Mother Earth, they were getting louder. But when I still had my good times, I didn't listen. I was like, who gives a fuck about these 5 cheat hours? I can deal with it. I'm having a good time. I can freaking deal with this. Just placebo max through all of this shit. I didn't have my nutrition on point. I can work out every single day in a blue lit gym, drinking couple cups of coffee every day before I go to work out, wearing my Bluetooth headphones 1 to 2 hours every single day. I can go to bed whatever time I want. I can go to bed 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 1 a.m. and sleep for 11, 12, 13 hours every night. Wake up at 12 p.m. Actually 12 a.m. 1 p.m. afternoon. I can do all these things. I don't have to do my nutrition perfect. I eat enough animal-based foods. But I had massive back acne. My whole back was covered in acne. I also had some facial acne. I was sleeping long. Like I said, some days 13 hours a night. And I was still tired. I was still craving for the coffee. But I still went to work out. I was healthy. I still went to work out. Every single day. In the blue lit gym. Inside of a city. 5G city. I was healthy. I started to have some injuries. Few months before I started my raw chicken experiment, I tore both of my hamstrings. But I was still way stronger than most people. Probably 95% of human beings currently, and maybe ever lived. I could do all these cool tricks and feats of athleticism and feats of strength. I was healthy, but I was balding. I was balding from the front and the back. Then when my life took the downturn, the other factors in my life that I'm not gonna go into right now, and I could really just be with myself for a little bit, I could start to hear the whispers from Mother Earth real clearly. They were unavoidable at that point. I didn't have the good feelings from other people at that point. I didn't have the good feelings from myself because my health was not very good at that point. I knew I had to change, like I said already. And we started to figure out. We started with the raw meat. We figured out raw meat is pretty healthy. Raw meat is pretty safe. Those were the first conclusions. But still, the first part of the raw chicken experiment, I was still feeling very lethargic. I was having some problems, my skin wasn't perfect. I was sleeping better. I wasn't sleeping as much anymore. I started to go bed a little bit earlier. My digestion was getting better. Before this, my digestion was very diarrhea-like. Couple cups of coffee and then big bowl of diarrhea later. So my digestion was not the best, not the worst. But I was still, like I said, very lethargic. Still sleeping a lot. Recovering. But I started to see small improvements. But still, it was not enough. I was not satisfied. You can go back and watch those videos. How I looked, where my thoughts were at, what I said back then. I probably didn't say all of the things, and it's always easier to see from hindsight what was really going on. But I felt like we were at the rock bottom when I started, and we started to kind of climb up a little bit. In the winter time, I was struggling a little bit in the winter time. October, November, December. And you can see it clearly if you go watch the videos. I don't look as healthy. I don't look as good. My thoughts were probably not as clear. And I didn't feel as good as I did in the summer. But I started to notice my hair was getting thicker. I started to get some new growth on the places up in the front that had started to receding. But my skin was still not good, especially in those winter months. It was not good. So I knew that I was still doing some mistakes, or I was detoxing. I was purging out all of the shit that I did wrong in the past. But I was kinda getting the feeling that it's not the detox. It's not really the Arjun's way, Arjun's wonder plant, the raw meat master. Because up in that point, we were kind of following Arjun's way. But I was kind of starting to lose my faith. And it is faith on the way. I could see the holes. I could feel the holes. But it was still better than what I was doing before. I still saw some benefits, but some things were not improving. So I knew I had to change. That brings us to this year, when things really started to get better. That's when I got into the work of Dr. Jack Kruse. The light, the water, the magnetism. Kinda sounded a little corny to me. Jack obviously doesn't look the best, but his thinking, his brain, probably works better than anybody I know. His thinking is the most clear, most logical, most well thought of, most educated, and actually educated, most knowable. if that's how you say it, then I have probably come across in multiple different perspectives. Not only about health, but also about money, politics, history, many different topics. And I was very impressed because he really tied some of the political, the conspiracy, the truther things together for me. That was kind of floating, and I was almost at the answers myself, but I was still not seeing quite clearly the full picture of some of these things. Now with the health side, he's basically preaching nature. That's what he's doing. And he knows the nature better than anybody else I have come across. Way better, actually. Way better. But if you actually start to listen what he says, especially to his members, which is behind a paywall, but I can say that information and just seeing what he says to the members of his, that made me realize he's the real deal Holyfield. So that's when I really started to get my shit together, and when things started to really go very good. My skin problems started to clear out. My sleep became nearly perfect, bro. It's not perfect every single night, but it has never been this good. Now I naturally wake up at sunrise. During summer I didn't, because it's insane here with the light cycles here at the Finland. 61st latitude north. But right now I go sleep when the sun goes down. I wake up when the sun rises. My skin has never been this good. During my whole teenage years, whole 20s, and obviously before I started this experiment, I've talked about it a lot. And you can see it in my videos very clearly. My skin is so smooth right now. It just feels perfect to me. I have no pimples, no acne anymore. I even had some eczema for the first time during those October, November, December months. None of that shit anymore. Sleep, like I said, just amazing. Digestion, never been this good. Maybe when I was a child, but I don't remember that shit. Never been this good. I already talked about this in my best video ever, which I'm gonna top right about now. But I got those, if I'm gonna wipe, which I have to do here, water is more hygienic. But if you're gonna wipe, all of my shits from the whole freaking summer straight, and even before that, but for like 4 months now, I'm extremely regular. It's always either before, but usually after I eat my breakfast. And it is very easy. Very little actual poop because I don't need much fiber. And it's always just like 1-2 wipes max. Perfect poops. No diarrhea, no watery poops, no hard poops. I had some hard poops at some points of this experiment, but that has been completely gone. No farting, zero bloating, no burping, mostly. I might have like a couple burps after I eat sometimes. But what I'm saying is my digestion never been this good. So now we have sleep, we have skin, we have digestion. Then we come to my hair. My hair has also made a tremendous comeback during this experiment. Now, I don't know how much I can reverse the receding hairlines and the baldness. How much damage I already been done with 4 years of veganism. And after that, fucking many things up, exercising every single day in the blue lit gym. Stressing my body to the max for years and years, a decade, being an athlete and a coach. But my hair has gotten so much thicker. I will say this, if I'm in the city, I still notice my hair gets thinner. I start to shed a little bit, but when I'm in here, in nature, no 5Gs, no Wi-Fi's, I can turn the electricity off anytime I want. My hair just gets better and better. I have gotten quite a bit of new growth. I don't know, can you really, how much you can see it in the camera? But if you would see me in real life and you would come here, like here, you could see quite a bit of like small little hairs popping out where I've already went bald in the past. So that's pretty cool. So now we got hair on top of that. But now we come to the biggest one. Like I said, when I started base science, I was feeling empty. Pretty low energy. Pretty lethargic. All my bad decisions, bad actions were catching up at the same time. That's why the rock bottom were hitting me pretty hard at that point. But I have gotten my energy back. I have gotten my vitality back. I have gotten my fire back. My passion back. Now I'm on a mission again. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I got my I maybe lost my confidence a little bit last summer. But I have been pretty confident guy for quite some time. Because of my work, and just because of my knowledge. I've gained a lot of confidence on myself. But now that's also one of the reasons I was overconfident when I was really riding the highs before my lows. I was a little overconfident on some things. But now I have some confidence on this message. Like I didn't have that last winter, last summer. I was still kind of figuring things out. But now, so many good things have happened. So many good experiences has happened. That I have to conclude that the things I'm on right now, they are working. They are working really good. This is the most connected I have ever been to Mother Earth, nature. And it shows. My energy is so back. My thinking has never been this good. My brain has never been this good. And it's pretty easy to explain. I get so much freaking good nutrition from the seafood, from the fish, DHA up, all the other shit as well. I'm not constantly stressing myself physically like I was before every single day. And I'm minimizing the bad environments, the 5Gs, the Wi-Fi's, all of that shit. Everybody's saying when you scroll the social media, this brain rot, just scrolling endlessly, doom scrolling, brain rotting. That's exactly what it does, but it actually does it on a real physical level as well. It's not just psychological effect that some of these people believe. The blue light, the non-native EMFs, they are absolutely destroying people's brains. So now I've been minimizing that to the max. And I have made some... You're gonna see the next experiment. I have made some great decisions lately. And my thinking is just so on point. I've also gotten through with my family with some of these things, but I'm really worried about my sister. So I really need to get through my sister better. I might talk about that on some video later. But like I said, I have that fire, that passion, that confidence about this message because I know it to be true. I have proven it. I have proved it to myself. That's the most important thing. And my next experiment is gonna really put these theories to the test. And we're gonna really see what's what, what's up and what's down, what's left and what's right. We're gonna get through the freaking confusion that's everybody's in. We're gonna freaking cut through with a laser-like focus, with all the bullshit, all the freaking scammers, the shills, the money masters, the MK Ultra tricks, all the programming of the Matrix, the system. We're gonna really see what nature is all about, how much we can do with nature, and I'm just extremely excited about my next experiment. I think you guys gonna like it as well, because it might give you life-changing ideas. I hope it will. That's what I hope these videos does. It can change other people's lives, and we can freaking start to create the better community that we all need. Because this Matrix community that we were born under, I ain't feeling this shit. It's killing my motherfucking vibe. Real bad. And it's a no for me, dog. So, we're gonna start to create a new, better community. Connected to ourselves, to nature, most importantly. And see what this reality, what this experience of life is all about. And experience it the fullest, the best way. That's where we are at right now. So I'm really happy about it. What I'm not happy about it is how little my reach is. But like I said, I don't really give a fuck at this point. I'm just gonna keep going. Keep going until the wheels fall off. They can ban me, I go to other place. But we try to be YouTube friendly. But YouTube definitely shadow banned me to the max. Because my message. Because of these topics I talk about. Very straightforward. And there's probably other things as well. But that's about it. Raw chicken experiment. Amazing success. For myself. I hope many of you, all of you who watch these, I hope many people will go back and watch these. Especially the videos after maybe day 200 of this experiment. After that, it has really been on like freaking Donkey Kong. And we have really hit our strides. We have really stumbled upon the real base knowledge. Started to do the real things that really make a big change in a human being's life. How human being feels. And all those topics also that I've covered after that are about politics, about money, about freedom, about truth, all of that. Very, extremely important to everybody to know. So study some of those, because we really hit most of the major points you need to figure out to be happy, healthy, connected, have some joy, relaxation, the good ass feelings human beings are deprived from in 2025. Most humans at least. So, namaste motherfuckers. Thank you to everybody who has all the freaking 1 to 5 people that have liked these videos. The 3 people that keep watching. And everybody else. Share this shit. Try to learn from something, from my experience, my words. If you don't agree with something, bring it up. I'm ready to freaking fight in the comment section. Thus far, none of the fights in the comment section have been worthwhile. I'm gonna be honest. And be ready, because the next experiment, that one, let's just say, praise the sun, praise Mother Earth, praise nature, and the next one is gonna be the big one. Or it's gonna get me killed. Either or, who knows? Thank you everybody. Mr. Base Science. And the salmon-nutella raw chicken. In and out.